Amesbury Primary.
Love the place, love the show. Everything Amesbury from the Radio Shack.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our radio show. This week we've got a 2-in-1 because we didn't do last week's. And we've got some exciting stuff coming up to you with the news and songs. I'm Harry. I'm going to be joined by...
Me Jane.
Me Billy.
Me Jack.
Me Lewis.
Me Abby.
Me Millie.
Me Christine.
Now passing on to Billy and Lewis with the news.
Hello, thank you, Harry. I'm bringing the news. Firstly, I've got punctuality pup and attendance Ted. For the week we didn't do the show, I've got attendance Ted was Winklebury and punctuality pup was Starhead. Unfortunately, for this week I did write it down, but I forgot which was which. So I know Yarnbury and Wardour were mentioned. Now for the Gold Awards. From 2 weeks ago, Tilbury was Tilly, Winklebury was Daisy, Amesbury was William, Fosbury was Jaden, Stourhead was Phoebe, Yarnbury was Daniel, Danebury was James, Sarum was Tom, Wardour was Amy, Longleat was Luke, Woodhenge was Yasmin, Figsbury was India, Avebury was Bronwyn, Nurture Centre was Zara, Miss Taylor was Tyler, Mrs Sinclair was Paige, and the play leader Reese. Now here's Jack with last week's Gold Award.
Silbury was Max, Winklebury was Sophie, Amesbury was Corbin, Fosbury was Ollie, Stourhead was Bailey, Yarnbury was Chanel, Danebury was Amy, Sarum was Joel, Wardour was George, Longleat was Charlotte, Woodhenge was me, Figsbury was Jessica, Avebury was Holly, in the Nurture Centre was Mary, Mrs Taylor was Isabel, Mrs Thompson it was Brandon, with Mrs Sinclair it was Joseph, and the play leader was Christine Bell. That's it from me. Over to you, Lewis.
Thanks, Dad. And now we're doing the house points. Fourth was Yellow with 521 points. Third was Green with 829 points. Second was Red with 991 points. And first was Blue with an amazing 1,192. Well done, Blues. Reading, we will get back to you with the reading totals. I've been Lewis and that's the news this week. Passing over to Abby.
Thank you, Lewis. We got the clarinets playing James Bond, but unfortunately they haven't got a name yet, so we will tell you next time we do the Radio Shack. Abby. Now passing on to Christine.
Thank you, Abby. Our first song today is Sugar by Maroon 5. The video to this song was directed by filmmaker David Jobkin and was filmed in Los Angeles. I've been Christine and passing over to Millie.
Thank you, Christine. Now for the interview with Harry, Jack and Mr. Monk on the Carnival update.
Today we welcome back Mr. Monk, who is here to update us on how the carnival went. Welcome, Mr. Monk.
Oh, nice to meet you again, boys.
So have you recovered from all your hard work?
Well, it's funny you should say that, but the carnival seems like it was only yesterday, but obviously it's nearly 2 weeks ago now, but there's still one or two bits still to tidy up. The bunting only came down the back end of last week, and we've got a meeting next Tuesday, just to what we call a wash-up meeting, where we'll look at everything and see how it went. But yes, I'm getting over it now, but it was very tiring. You're quite right, it was very tiring.
How do you think it went?
Well, we were hoping for a sunny day, and we got a sunny day. It was a little bit windy, but it was a sunny day, and that really helped because we had a good crowd of people out, and the procession was probably the biggest procession we've had, and there were some very good highlights in that procession. The only thing we couldn't do on the day was that the parachutists, we were expecting 7, and they should be carrying big flags about about the size of a room, but unfortunately because it was so windy, we only had 5 jumpers. They wouldn't let their 2 most inexperienced jumpers jump, so we only had 5 jumpers and no big flags. But that apart, they jumped out at 5,000 feet. It was so windy they left the plane. When they got out of the plane, they were over Stonehenge, so that's how windy it was, from 5,000 feet to get down to land up on Holders Field. So it was a very windy day. They weren't going to jump at 12 o'clock, but then they changed their mind and said they'd do it.
Were you pleased with it?
Well, yes. The results have been very favourable. I'm not someone who's on Facebook, but I'm told that Facebook was full of high praise for the carnival this year. In fact, the lady in the shop today stopped me and said how impressed she was with the carnival today. Generally speaking, the people of Amesbury seem very happy with the way that the carnival went. If you want to see pictures, we've got some available online, or if you take the Stonehenge Trader, there's 3 pages of pictures in the next edition of Stonehenge Trader, which will be out at the end of the week, next week.
What were the best bits?
Well, for me, the highlights, I think, were the procession and the group called Rampage Mass Band with their very colourful costumes and very loud music. They were absolutely brilliant in the procession. Up on the showground, I think there's no doubt that the arrival of the floats was spectacular, because I hadn't seen that, and when they came in, it was lovely to see so many floats, so many colourful floats in the carnival this year. And then with the show, obviously the parachute drop was brilliant, but also the heavy horses and their carriages, they were great fun, and lots of people were able to go to the horses while they weren't performing and like being close to the horses. The guys from Real Stunts in action, they seemed to have a lot of fun. And generally, the whole day really was pretty good, and very thankful that the weather was kind to us.
Do you know how many people attended?
Well, it has to be a little bit of a rough guess. We were hoping for 10,000. In fact, the Stonehenge Trader claims more than 10,000, but in fact, I know that it was slightly less than 10,000. But it was between 9,500 and 10,000 people, which was absolutely fabulous. The biggest number of people we've had up on the showground. And again, looking at the pictures of the procession, there are a lot of people watching in the town as well.
How much did you raise for the wheelchair ambulance?
That's a bit of a tricky one. We haven't actually done all our sums yet. Probably shouldn't say this, but there are sums of money still to be collected, and there are sums of money that the carnival still has to pay out. But it looks like it'll be in the region of about £2,000, we hope, and we like it to be a bit more, but we can't say precisely. But it's in the region of £2,000, which is not an inconsiderate sum of money. And it was very poignant that the air ambulance actually did a flyover at 3 o'clock on Carnival Day, which I thought was great.
Would you change anything for next year's carnival?
We're certainly going to change the theme. I can't reveal what that is yet. There are whispers around, but that will be decided at next week's carnival meeting. And yeah, there are 1 or 2 bits and bobs that we change, but that's mainly on the organisational front. I don't think the procession will be any different. I don't think the times will be any different. But we will have different arena events, and we hope to have 1 or 2 different bands. And we'd like to think there'll be more people involved in next year's carnival. But from the organisation point of view, there are things that we would change, but that they won't necessarily be noticed by the public.
Will you be organising it again next year?
My wife says not, but the likelihood is that, it's not just me. There's a group of people, and I'll be one of that group of people that help to put on Carnival Day, make decisions during the year and prepare things and get things ready for the Carnival Day. We haven't got a date for that yet, but again, it'll be sometime in June.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have got time for. Thank you, Mr. Monk, for giving up your time to come and talk to us. We are pleased it went well.
Well, thanks again, boys. It's lovely to be able to report back, and hopefully when you see the pictures in the Stonehenge Trader and get to look at them online, you'll see what a fab day it was for everybody. Okay, thanks for your time.
Amesbury Primary. Love the place. Love the show. Everything Amesbury from the...
That was an interview with Harry. Now over to Harry for the competition.
Thank you, Millie. My name's Harry. We've given up on the competition because of our new building and we can't have the big iPod out. So, thank you for whoever gave the answers. It was Got Quan if you wondered. Tune in every week for more updates on the talent show. Did you see Alfie talking in assembly? Do you think he should enter? If you plan to enter, meet the deadline this Friday. Get your form from your teachers and hand it to Miss Hollis and Miss Sinclair. I'll bring you more updates as the week goes on. I've been Harry, and now on to Jack.
Thanks, Harry. Now for the top 5 books. Has anyone got a book that they could suggest?
I've read the book The Magic Neptune. I can't remember who wrote it, but it's a good book so far.
I've got 3 books today. Billionaire Boy by David Walliams, or all by David Walliams, Gangster Granny, and Mr. Stink.
I've got the book Fantastic Mr. Fox, which I am reading right now. It is a really good book and I would recommend it for any age. Roald Dahl writes it and it is a really good book. I've been reading the book, Whole Time Read the Drake book. It's a really good book and it's really funny. It can be for any age.
Also, another book I recommend is The Killer Underpants by Michael Lauren. And I haven't actually got to any bad words so far, so I think any age could probably read it. If not, I'll take full responsibility.
I have a book to suggest. It's quite an old one, actually. I have been reading the Bible, and it's a really good book, and I would recommend it to everyone because it's full of interesting stories. That's it for the books then. Over to you, Jade.
Thank you, Jack. The second song that I am bringing you is Cheerleader. It was sang by OMI. That was the song. A fact is, Cheerleader is this year's summer anthem. I hope you enjoyed. Now on to Jack with birthdays.
Thanks, Jade. Alex in Yarnbury is 7, Rylan in Silbury is 5, and Ruby in Wardour is 9. That's it from me with the birthdays. But before I go, we all want to say
Happy birthday!
Now passing on to Christine.
We have a thought of the day, and it is, just because we're all different doesn't mean we can't all be friends. Now over to Abby.
That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Bye!
Amesbury Primary. Love the place. Love the show. Everything Amesbury from the Radio Shack.